Ready? All right. Colin? All right, y'all. I'm closing the list right now. We're going to get started with our show. Ow. What was said at the bus stop lately has been a long time, says the girl from Pakistan. Lahore, to be specific. At the bus stop, when the white man asks her where she's from and then says, oh, from Lahore? It's pretty bad over there lately. Lately, it's been a long time. She says, and we look at each other, and the look says, yes, I wish too this dude would stop asking us about where we're from. But on the side of our side eye is maybe a hand where hands do not go or do no good. A look to say, yes, I know lately has been a long time for you people, for your people too. And I'm sorry the world is so good at making us feel like we have to fight for space, to fight for our lives. Solidarity is a word. A lot of people say it. I'm not sure what it means in the flesh. I know I love and I've cried for my friends. Their brown's a different brown than mine, and I've danced their dances and taught and tasted their mother's miracle, the rice different than mine. I know sometimes I can't see beyond my own pain, past black and white, how bullets love any flesh. I know it's foolish to compare. What advice did the drowned have for the burned? What gossip is there between the hanged and the buried? And I want to reach across a great distance that is sometimes on an ocean, sometimes centimeters, and say, look, your people, my people, all that has happened to us still makes love under rusted moons, still pull children from their mothers in the name, they still teach them to dance. And your pain is not mine, and is no less, and is mine. And I pray to my God, your God, blesses you with mercy, and have tasted your food and understand how good a home. And I don't know your language, but I understand your songs. And I cried when they came for your uncles, when they buried your niece. I wanted the world to burn in the child's brief memory. And still, and I have stood by you in the soft shawl of morning, waiting and breathing and waiting. That was what was said at the bus stop by Dennis Smith from his recently published book, Homie. And you are all at the Alchemy open mic. Show some love for yourself! Ow! It's Saturday night. I had to open it like that because it's Black History Month, so I'm gonna, introduce y'all some dope-ass black artists. So happy Black History Month. Wakanda forever. As my partner has said. Yeah, I love Black Panther. It's amazing, but I think Shuri is better. Just my personal opinion. I just think black femmes, black women, black trans women are just better. Wakanda forever. Anyway, that being said, moving forward, my name is Tino VH Jr. I will be your host for tonight at this illustrious, wonderful, poetic journey. Tonight we have, I think I counted 8 people on the list. It's going to be really great. So what happens here is all the poets are going to come up. They have 5 minutes, 5 minutos, to share whatever they want on the stage. They can use musical accompaniments. They can sing. They can dance. We had that happen before, just recently, last show. It was really great. Our first time we had someone dance. I see we have some instruments in the room too, so we're definitely about to have a really, really blessed show. That being said, everyone please respect the mic. This is a freedom of speech zone. However, that does not mean freedom of the consequences you may suffer because of the shit that you may have said. Period. So that being said, let me show y'all something. Inside, you're my problem. My problem. Outside, you're OPD's problem. Inside, you're responsible for the trauma I might inflict on you using the chancla. Outside, you're responsible for the trauma you inflict on yourself. Do we wanna let's be honest. Do we wanna traumatize each other tonight? No. So let's be nice to each other. I'm gonna put this away. But it comes off instantly, all right? La chancla will fly at your face. I'm counting out my mother for that. Anyway, so I'm going to read the name of the poets of the list. We know the house rules already. Restrooms, number 1, do not flush. Number 2, please flush. That being said, give it up for our lovely DJ over here, Colin. DJ Patrenicy. DJ Patrenicy, my best friend. And also, let's give it up to the live stream crew in the back. Arvind, Soph, Maxine. Quick shameless plug. We have started this new project called Bay Poets Unite, where we try to live stream the shows that are in the Bay Area. That means here, Rich Oak Alchemy, Berkeley, Oakland Slam, San Jose Slam. We've been meaning to go down to Santa Cruz for the longest, and we will be there in the next 2 weeks as well. So yeah, if y'all want to stay plugged and see more dope poetry, see amazing work published online, follow us on YouTube at Bay Poets Unite. Say that with me. Bay Poets Unite. Bay Poets Unite. Follow us, subscribe, hit the like, share any video like with your friends. Be like, hey, this shit is hella fire. Like, you should watch, share all the videos. And like, I don't know, try to toss us some money some way. Like, we are a bunch of, like, most of the work on there is basically either black, non-black POC, femme, trans, and seldomly cis white male. Actually, we don't have a poem by any cis white males. So it's great. It's really good content, I have to say for myself. Anyway. So the list goes as follows. We're not going to randomize the list. We're just going to go in order. Before we go, last house rules. I am my favorite holiday of the year is the 20th of April. It's my Christmas. And we'd like to treat Christmas here every day. So that being said, I have a question for all of you before we move forward with our show. Is it okay if we smoke weed in the building? Not everyone has to agree. It has to be a unanimous decision. I do not want to push on anyone's uncomfortability. Is if it's okay. If you're not okay with it, feel free to raise your hand. That's completely fine. You don't have to stick it out for us. It's not okay with you. It's not okay with you? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna. Oh, you're lying. Okay, I'm like, I just want to, like, I don't know if your lungs are taking a break or anything, and that's fine. Like, more power to you. Tea breaks are great, but anyway, so going once, going twice, sold. I guess we are gonna smoke inside. Roll it up, Chief. Smoke. If y'all need some breaks, the door we will be opening and closing the door. So we'll try to air it all out. Thank y'all. Don't let the good heat out. We do have the heater on. I'm sorry. It could be hotter in here, but we're doing our best. Anyway, that being said, I am going to read the list of poets that we have tonight. So in this order, let's practice. I'm gonna say a poet's name, and you're gonna go woo, like cheer them on. So poet. Perfect. Alrighty. So in this order, we have Juan, Colin, Chardonnay, Prophet, Tino, Reggie, Adam, Damani, Gracia, and Julie. Everybody put the hands together for those poets. Ow! 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 The way this is going to work is I'm going to give birthing metaphors. So if you've ever given birth to a baby, it's like in transition, crowning, and being born. So that's how, so third place, first, second place, now you're coming up. Anyway, so it's going to sound like, in transition, we have so-and-so. Crowning is so-and-so. But being born right now is, yeah. So let's try that right now. So in transition, wait, do I have any more rules? I feel like I'm high and I'm hungry and I haven't, did I hit everything? Just checking. I hit 5 minutes already. Yeah, you will be played off by our DJ, unfortunately. If you go over 5 minutes, it's not that we don't like you. We love you. We're glad because you're here. It's Saturday night. You could have been. But we want to love everybody else. And, it was just recently Valentine's Day, so not all of us got the love that we thought we deserved, that we know we need. So let's make sure that all goes around. Please. What's up? No. That mic. Turn that mic up. That's the God mic. Oh my God. Anyway, that being said, so in transition, we have Chardonnay. Crowning is Colin. But being born on this stage right now, everybody please give a warm welcome to the first poet of the night. Juan! Woo!
Hello. So there's sort of a theme, and I guess I could read two that are on that theme, or like one that's not on that theme that I was planning to read. But I guess I'll read one that is for the theme first. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm rambling, but okay. This is called Sonnet for a Friend. It's has something to do with love, I'm gonna read it, even though it's like kind of not. I don't know. Okay. I never noticed you can feel your heart beating through your stomach, but it makes sense now. How the butterflies you give me when I peer in through the window before pushing on through to hear the song of that surreptitious laugh and all of its marvelous mysteries flutter with such veracity on their way out to the light. The way in which my stomach floats up into my chest when I fall into the pools of those beautiful orbs and the oceans they contain is the only saving grace that buoys me out from the depths that dare me to drown. The pulsing rises even there, right out of my chest, singing out through the pathways, spinning out in ribbons of crystalline honey and braids of milk and olive oil. Soon enough, it is gushing, a waterfall of blood, viscous and sticky, pouring out of me until I am empty again, and the pit of my stomach is exactly how it's always been. Empty. So the other one that I was going to read is really depressing, and I haven't practiced it enough, so I'm going to read just something that I've read before already. It's also kind of closer to the Valentine's Day theme. It's like, yeah, it's a Valentine's Day theme, so the poem that I was going to read was about depression, but you know what? Let's keep it let's keep it lighter. It's something. Yeah, but I don't want to bum everybody out, so let's just go first, ruin the mood for everybody, all the other poets behind me. Like okay, okay. Should I do that? The one I haven't read, or the old one, whatever. The old one that I feel not uncomfortable reading. That's that one. Okay. I wrote a long intro to it because I'm so uncomfortable reading it. So hopefully I'll just get through it and then have time still. So I've been scared to show this poem because I wanted to write something that elicited the feelings that I feel when I feel like really depressed, which is a lot of the time. But so I felt like all the that like I hear don't seem to get don't get it across, right? Because it's hard to say like I don't know. It's hard to show people stuff that resonates with you if you have depression without people just being like, oh, that person's crazy, and you're like, yeah, except that's how I feel. But all right, thanks. So this poem's supposed to make you feel hurt, and it's supposed to make you feel ashamed, and it's supposed to make you feel disgust, because I feel like people don't say that part of depression enough, like that you're disgusted, that you're like there's this self-loathing to it. So this is dedicated to my friend from the teaching credential program. His name is Noor, because she went out to her friend group and said, I am depressed, and everyone's like, yeah, me too. But it's something that's hard to talk about, and just I don't know, I want some sort of solidarity for it, because it's sometimes like, yeah, you do have depression, you say like, yeah, like me too, but it doesn't really help that there's somebody drowning next to you all the time. Like you need somebody who can swim or teach you to swim or something. So there is an emptiness in the pit of my stomach, and it is dripping. I can see only what's in front of me and hear only the loud and racing thoughts that assail me, like the voice of the man who beats you to death in the street when you're homeless, and his immutable longing to snuff out the life of anyone has reached an apotheosis in the form of tightly clenched fists and tensed feet beating against your impending corpse, your writhing body, the body of a man who is worthless. And so he goes to town, beating the living hell out of you and screaming, even calling attention to the approaching climax of some mysterious emptiness leaving a formerly animated, soulless body. He does this because he knows no one is going to stop him. He is drunk, and he is angry, and he is going to drain the life from some poor stranger because he wants to see the face of a man who knows he is going to die, a man who is going to die imminently soon, a man who has lost all control over his destiny, a man forced to meet fate in the form of a drunken, embittered demon. And so the demon manifests through murder, and he howls as he beats you. He beats you sourly with the wild furor of a spotted hyena that has not eaten in days and has stumbled across an injured and abandoned calf. He howls with a soft gruffness that makes his sonorous mystic echolalia of bitter, pained sobs as much as they are satanic curses, cruel taunts, primal war cries, or any other sort of intentional bellow. He beats you until the cows come home, and he beats you with closed fists and with open ones and with kicks and jabs and swinging arms and stomping feet. He beats you as he yells hateful, angry slurs in an alien and solipsistic language. He beats you with his voice, and the mere tone of his nonsensical words cut as fiercely as the broken glass that litters your open hearse or the hard metallic tips of his dress shoes. His voice reverberates through the vacant streets, and the smell of piss and vomit brings tears to your eyes as you suddenly feel your stomach and its contents leaking into the street. You don't know where or why or even who, but you are dying, and you can feel the thoughts flowing out of you with the last bit of blood as your mind fades away into oblivion. You don't even have the time to feel the courtesy of the cold, hard dread all godless men are owed when faced with unknowable certainty. And yet, your stomach and the emptiness continues to drip and drip and drip. I am the man with the wingtips. I am the bleeding shell. I am the contents of your stomach, and I am dripping. Thank you.
Everybody give it up for Juan! Ow! Way to start the mic, y'all. Ow! Really quick, shameless plug. Juan actually, we were at the workshop earlier today, and Juan was like, hey, I totally missed the first show of the month because I thought it was some other day. I was like, I didn't know it was on the 1st of February. So yeah, just to clarify, this show takes place every 1st and 3rd Saturday. Sorry. Like I said, I need to eat a taco right now. 1st and 3rd Saturday of the month. We'll be here every Saturday. Every 1st and 3rd Saturday. There we go. Sorry. Mumbling. But yeah, thank you again, Juan, for your amazing poetry. Give it up for the poet one more time. I now remember what I forgot to mention. Audience, you have one rule. To hype up the poets while they're up here, you can heckle them things like of affirmation like, go in poet. Hey, that was a fire line. Snap, stomp, snap, clap. Anything that you bop it, twist it, da-da-da. Anyway, anything of that nature that basically assures the poet up here that, hey, you're being loved. Because the more love you give this stage, the more love is given back to you. You will be a witness to this as the night progresses. So what does 100% love sound like? That's right. So let's say.
That was like 82% love.
Hold on. We're gonna practice right quick. I'm gonna say some fire ass lines, and I want y'all to hype me up like they're like the best shit you've ever heard. Let's see. Number 1. A man is asked to make a hymn of a woman, and he concedes. Let's see. White feminism is just the master's wife asking why she can't own slaves too. Right? So all that love y'all are giving me, if y'all hear a fire ass line that speaks to you like that throughout the entirety of the night, yeah, please snap, like applaud them. And that second line wasn't actually mine, it was my beautiful partner's line right there. Everybody say hi, Reggie. It's a high endorsement. Anyway, moving forward, in transition we have Prophet. Crowning is shouting, everybody please put your hands together for the best DJ in this side of town. Your DJ Patrinacy, Colin!
Swear. I didn't know that. I did know that. I did know that. Okay, I have 2 poems. One's a long poem, the other one's a haiku. Let's do the long poem first. Everybody likes to ask me, Colin, how do you have asthma but still smoke so much weed? I tell them in my hood, marijuana smoke ain't what niggas are actually choking on. Here, asthma and cannabis are the dynamic duo. I know more niggas carrying inhalers than Glocks. Albuterol is the only strain in rotation. Puff, puff, pass, all our drugs prescription here. My city likes to look at San Rafael across the water. We say, something's wrong with them. They live in a carefree bubble. It must be something in the air. It smells like privilege. And privilege smells like clean oxygen. The way the grass is always greener on the other side of the bridge because there, even the plants breathe a little better. Truth be told, clean air has never been part of my city's history. How do you think niggas got here in the first place? There is no history of deeply rooted blackness in my city. Most families still got a living generation that remembers being uprooted from places like Texas, Alabama, Arkansas. The local refinery lured most of our grandparents out of the deep south with promises of wealth from ebony gold. World War II brings even more job opportunities working in the shipyard, and that's when Richmond became a black city. When niggas could work an 80-hour work week and only get paid in asbestos, asthma, mesothelioma. My people came here to poison themselves out of poverty, to leave a legacy for future generations just to help fill the air with the same toxins that would kill their children. And I wonder, if my grandmother knew that legacies could kill, would she have migrated here in the first place? Traded charcoal cross for black lungs? Would she have worked her entire life just to pass down another burden? My inheritance is an oxygen mask, a stuttered breath, hospital visits with calm instructions to breathe in, breathe out, like I somehow just forgot how to breathe or never cared to learn. So don't you dare judge me like clean air was ever an option. Just let me smoke my weed. Even if I cough, even if I choke, believe me, I spent most of my life wheezing. Be glad I'm smoking this gas instead of their gas. I promise I'll be fine. This is, after all, the cleanest breath I've ever taken. Just wait till I memorize that shit, y'all. Huh. Oh, word. You talking about that new apartment? Word. Here's a haiku. My home is with you. My heart melts each time I say, we have the keys now.
Give it up for Colin, everybody. Let's say gay shit on three. 1, 2, 3. Gay shit. Oh, God, I love you so much, best friend. Anyway, we're going to move forward. In transition, we have Tino. Crowning is, that's me, that's yours truly. Crowning is Prophet, but being born on this stage right now, everybody please put your hands together for Chardonnay!
I'm gonna try and do some memorized shit. Whoa. Word. Wow. Do you want to fight? All right. I'm not doing the memorized shit first. That's wild. Escaping the matrix began with a vision of myself. No water, no air, no life. Just padding beneath me, pulling me lower. Unreliable comfort. The only pulse in the room, my nails tapping glass-covered metal. Trapped like a fish seeking release from a tank it doesn't know it's in. If tools are meant to be used by those who need it, we have created a need for machines and treat them as gods, praying to them for answers, for friendship and entertainment. And what would our creator say? We're tools created to need that ended up being needed too? Side effects including a God complex embedded in our DNA when made in its likeness, disactivated by laws and religions disprogramming the God gene of the masses. Our need to live with the earth and create our reality replaced with manufacturing due to the factories polluting everything we need for currency we created. Another thing unneeded turned needed until unmade. Metal and minerals unextracted. Uncreate the need to feed on the earth and its inhabitants for pleasure instead of for nourishment. Unmachine unmachine humanity, uncivilized the world and returned to the savage balance, needed chaos. No longer forced to crave a life without a body needing things found in nature. How many people do you know that are actually androids? Bones made of titanium with plastic skin and oil for blood, made complete with a downloaded unpersonality, discreated by a machine god in its likeness. You can let them continue to convert you while you sleep, become an android, a zombie, a ghost, or choose to be human. Low key, apparently. I didn't grow up with an excuse for it. Wow. Ghetto. That's ghetto. Actually, though, okay. Where is this fucking poem? It is? Because I'm not sure it's actually memorized. Wow. Okay, let's try it without it. You know. Okay. All right. Phone is away. So this white person with dreads walks up to me and has me fucked up. You take up too much space to take up space for me too. You write about brutality you don't experience, as if your whiteness is erased by your queerness. As if your queerness could erase your privilege. It's not an accurate narrative if you leave out your place in the pyramid as the oppressor. You don't get to talk about my oppression from any other angle than the aggressor. Your revolution is colonizing my tongue with a rainbow flag. And using it to speak on whiteness without indicting yourself. When all of y'all are guilty. I like my races in plain sight. And your hair may as well be a Nazi logo you can't see. Call it color blindness or the erasure of black heritage or manifesting something interesting about yourself, because y'all love to take black culture while talking over black people. If you were a real ally, you'd show up to protests looking like those clean-cut white people who the police don't get called on. You'd be on the front lines when they come with the rubber bullets and the tear gas and the tanks. You take the first hit so that my black ass wouldn't have to for a change. Or, at the very least, you'd offer to pay me to teach you something. Or at the very least, you'd offer to pay me instead of walking up to me like you deserve my words, knowledge, or presence. Wait, fuck, okay. I can, okay. Instead of walking up to me like you deserve my words, knowledge, or presence, I don't know this part. I get paid to teach, and I don't do labor for free, especially white people. Why don't I know this? But that's just like y'all. You deserve black time, space, and existence. Upholding systemic slavery while denying you play a part. Just because you got matted hair you call dreads and talk about trauma you can't experience. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna read the rest. That's just like y'all. Demanding black space, time, and experience. Upholding systemic slavery while also denying you play a part. Just because you got mad at hair you call dreads and talk about trauma you couldn't experience. Go fucking figure. Y'all always want to be a nigga until it comes time to be a nigga. Then you'd probably end up like your hair. Damaged beyond recognition. Because you lack the strength and depth it requires to embody anything black. Thank you.
Give it up for the poet. Let's give it up for people who don't have scoliosis. This is amazing. This shit is tall, bruh. Damn. I only like my drinks this tall, honestly. But let's see. Yeah, thank you so much, Chardonnay. Shameless plug. Here at the Alchemy open mic, we have a workshop that starts around 7:15 and everything. The person who was on the mic, Chardonnay, actually just ran the workshop earlier today. It was really great. We got to read an amazing poem by Morgan Parker. If anyone is familiar with that poet, look them up. If you're not, Google them, buy a book. Because yeah, we're supporting Black artists every 365 days a year. But more importantly, we're supporting Black artists, especially during Black History Month. Yeah, that being said, in transition, another Black artist is Reggie. Crowning is Tina. But being born on this stage right now, everybody, please put your hands together for Prophet! All the way to the mic. All the way to the mic! Woo! Ah! Ah! Woo!
Light skin, but he's still a dark nigga.
Bruh, just because I came here as W.E.B. DeBage 2 weeks ago does not make me a light-skinned nigga that's a dark nigga. I'm just a dark nigga, all right? I just look light-skinned, goddammit. God knew better than to make me dark-skinned, so he had to make my fucking color more palatable for white folks, you feel me? Yeah, like niggas that think like me don't last long. So like I had to be light-skinned, apparently. I had to. But I'm not light-skinned. I just look that way, goddammit. So you goddamn right. And I don't trust them new niggas over there. Okay. Ouch. I thought in my month, as long as you Black, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But yeah, I guess I was wrong. I'm just trying to find my poem because I don't have this thing memorized. And now we're gonna play the Jeopardy song. Do 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 do. Found it. All right. So I figure, since today or this month is Black History Month, and my friend and colleague Reggie likes to call it Niguary. I had to choose between the most positive Black poem that I have written, or the nigga is Black poem I have written. Yeah, I mean, I'm always doing nigga shit. So I figured this time I take the opportunity to do the blackest shit ever, and that's uplift and marginalized people.
Also, some happy nigga shit.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a poem about my favorite Black woman. Dear grandmama, thank you. When your Louisiana tears cross rivers to get close to God, those same backwood bayous my great-grandpa grand dragon clans of Satan to birth nations that rule the world, Kipling called it white man's burden. I call it Black man's plight. The night goes erupting, sirens calling the lost. My grandmama sits with my heart and warmth in the hills of Richmond, her tongue wrapped in Bible verses, her home a winding, windy, echoing country road, and love is an old dusty vinyl song of souls saved by the riverside. Her calloused hands broke oceans of dirt to mold boys into men, cause cotton blisters scorch fingertips. In southern heat, whites are the light of hell's embers where darkness ain't always a virtue, even amongst mahogany melanin. My Uncle Seal told me that sometimes the dark brown shades of our skin only add color to our tears. So our pain paints blues of blacks that soared north or west to be free. She moved mountains from a molehill to find flight and clipped wings. My grandmama taught me that when the deck is stacked against you, the royal flesh don't fold. Shoot the cards devoid of hearts that bleed you dry. Addie Mae traversed the swamps that sink the spirit to golden coast that gave her hope. The gates the bay was built to bridge were made of steel, forged in the exploitation of the oppressed. But for this single mother of 10, no wonder it felt like home. This lily from Union Parish could never wilt in the blaze of 1,000 sunny nights. So when the sky is in a drought, her wisdom reigns through the roots, by the road, on the hill, from a tongue made of sooth. I was told the toll of black achievement of old, yet given grade school history books that never said who or what we were before slavery, or that in this country, freedom always comes with an asterisk, like handcuffs in the shape of infinity. You taught me how to wade the waters of tyranny and love without fear, so I'm here to say thank you for all that you are. Thank you.
Give it up for Prophet! Ow! Ow! Yo, I don't know if y'all noticed, but we're in a packed house right now. It looks really beautiful right now. I'm looking at all of you, making eye contact for the first time during the show, actually. And looking at all of you, all y'all look amazing. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Feel free to follow us on Rich Oak Alchemy. Say it with me now. Rich Oak Alchemy on Instagram and Facebook. And feel free to share the live stream that you will be seeing tonight. Those will be posted all throughout social media. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Something really warms my heart about being in a packed house with people who are receiving poetry so well. So thank you for wanting to spend your Saturday night with us. That being said, I'm buying time because in transition is Adam, crowning is Reggie. But being born on this stage right now, everybody please put your hands together for yours truly, Tino! Oh my God, we're not stripping tonight. That's right. No, sorry, y'all. So I got like 3 poems for y'all tonight. Let's go with the shortest. 3 poems, yeah. Let's start with the shortest one. I just wrote this one recently. At a bar in downtown Oakland on New Year's Eve, the white daddy asked me if I am Indian, or the colonizer names me the colonized. And all I wanted was a free drink. Period. This one I'm still working on. I just found it again in my notes, but I've been meaning to like build more on it. So, when your family members are all undocumented, first generation is a lifeboat out at sea. There isn't enough space for everyone to climb on. The water claws at the throat, pretends it is sustenance when it's just drowning at the surface. To be born in this country is to be the copper anchor, rusted, overworn, yes, but still tethered. Still the chain link that saves or perpetuates the drowning. Is often the material stretched to make a fence, is being an obstacle of a passerby. Before ICE was established in the early 2000s, all children born to undocumented parents were called anchor babies. Because even as children, we are guilty for the legacy they paint us as violent. That's all I have so far on that poem. Yeah, fuck ICE. Let's see, I gotta finish that one up. And yeah, so this is why, I feel like this is why I've been nervous all night, why I haven't been able to eat, because I wrote a love poem. And in the spirit of Valentine's Day, babe, this one's for you. I am such a bottom. I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, it's a thing. Oh, God. No. Notes on love, written by birds. 1. Birds compose a song before dawn to let their partners know they survived the starkness of a night. Like, I'm still here. Follow my song back home. Scientists still don't have the words to express how a voice can evolve with the necessity of love. But here we are nonetheless, at 4 a.m. and the fledglings don't stop whispering about a hemisphere they have yet to travel to. I believe that romance is anticipation for all the love that we have yet to cradle. Some days I spend mimicking songs. I cup every bird in my chest and release it. I write home in every poem because I yearn to come back to something too. 2. Anderson Pox, the bird, becomes my morning anthem once again, and all the commuters are tired of my repetitiveness. All the songs that have ever made me cry are those that hold love, loss, growth, grief, and hope as siblings. So most days I grip at feathers for comfort. One day, I hope to make a song like this for you. When I tell you I don't trust, I hope to make a song like this for you. Something to dance until we meet again. When I tell you I don't trust the sky, I mean, I don't trust the horizon to deliver us safely anywhere. I swear I'll keep singing. There is no sweeter feeling than when your home comes back to you. 3. So scientists say that birds only sing this early because they are practicing their mating calls. Every chirp that cracks the daylight is just them saying, "I'ma fuck you hard so all night. I got the best pussy in town." A cocky proclamation. There is no confidence to lose here. The thing is, this is just another love language. How easy it is to mistake want and need for the lack of love. So, fuck the scientists. Do they not listen to music? Do they not see how we bridge our understanding of love with our songs? I believe we are all impatient horizons, waiting to be called home. All the birds that pull the sun across it. I can't read my own writing. I'm so sorry. I'm blind as fuck. Oh, no, I got it. I got it. Oh, here's the last line. All the songs love can perform. Thank you. Oh! Everybody say gay shit with me on 3. 1, 2, 3. Gay shit! I know, right? We love the gays. That's why we're here. Solidarity, motherfuckers. Anyway, in transition is Damani. Crowning is Asthma. Being born on this stage right now. Everybody, please put your hands together for Reggie!
First of all, fuck you. Second of all, let me hit that blunt. I know. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad our bottoms get along. With zero content, that would have sounded so terrible. Me and Colin would have pulled me aside like, bro, we need to talk. Who's this on? Okay, I got a couple poems for y'all. I'm gonna get out your hair. This first poem is called In the Temple. Every man prays to his own God. In the Bible, God is a savior, a shepherd, a protector, a provider, a father, if you will. A young Jesus once left his mother in order to see his father. In the temple, he prays to a man who never visits but will sentence him to death. This is the archetype of fatherhood. I don't mourn my father, he isn't dead, but grief slips its way into the space between me and his absence. Either through death or abandonment, every young boy learns religion as a placeholder for a father. Here is a plea, a promise, a prayer, if you will. I must be about my father's business. Fatherhood is the act of leaving. God the Father, my father the God, both leave me, and I don't know how to hold something that does not want to be held. A boy holds a prayer like a father. A boy holds a father like a prayer. Which boy becomes a savior? Which one needs to be saved? Let's see. You can't have your face back. I'm sorry. I'm hoping this is the right poem. Oh, it is. So in honor of Valentine's Day, I'm not gonna do a love poem. No, this is a poem about why A poem that basically questions, why do niggas approach me or anybody in the way that they do? Like, honestly, if a man ain't got shit, he got the audacity. My friend says dick is abundant and of low value, and I am back on my bullshit. So when this boy steps to me in the supermarket and tells me how he would eat this ass just like a peach, plump and juicy like an Atlanta, Georgia summer, or at least an Atlanta, Georgia stripper, me, and my asslessness, can't help but wonder what ass he see under 3 layers of sweatpants and an undersized hoodie. Cause I ain't trying to look cute worth a damn, but he still calls me the ripest fruit. Easy pickings. And he must think I am desperate for dick. And I am. Usually. But we in the middle of a fucking Safeway and I got half a basket worth of groceries to steal. Now the great way to get between these cheeks would have been to hit me up in self-checkout with a $20 bill and an extra bundle of collard greens, because I know many types of hunger, but only one of them will kill me. I can, in fact, survive without dick, but I don't know how long I can manage to survive this. Poor, stop flirting with me in the grocery store, nigga. I'm broke, not broken. I don't need another man who thinks he can fuck me right. If I need a man at all, let it be one who speaks my name with cash on his tongue. Let him drip with ink and sign a check paying all of my rent. Let him be a man that will offer me a full-time job with benefits and not fire me when I refuse his advances. If you want to be Captain Save a Hoe, try actually saving a hoe. From eviction, from poverty, from everything that keeps me up at night when money is low and the first of the month is approaching like a speeding train and I am stuck on the tracks. Nigga, be the brake that halt my economic destruction or be nothing to me at all. And I understand why you are so ravenous for my flesh. Those other boys always left you hungry, weren't enough to keep you satisfied. So instead of comparing me to a light snack, make me a meal and then make me into a meal. Fatten me up before you lead me to slaughter. Devour me when my belly is full. And I'll leave you sticky and covered in sweat, but only if you can afford it. This ain't no free trial. This ass is pay to play. Stop staring at me like I am stealing something, because I am actually stealing something. Either run them coins or get the fuck out my face. I still got shoplifting to do. Okay, I got one more.
Of the Honorable Molly Costello. Pay me.
Or pay me no attention. Babe, what poem should I do? Okay, I'm gonna do this poem because somebody was mad at me on the internet about it. So if you're watching this live stream, don't ever fucking talk to me like that again. Thank you. That poem is on YouTube. Also, if I'm wearing a full face of makeup when you see me, my pronouns are probably not he, him. Just think about it. Just, a brain. Use it. You know what's groundbreaking? The surgery that's gonna need to be created to remove my foot up of somebody's ass. That's gonna be groundbreaking. Like the first open heart surgery. You ever heard the first open ass surgery? Okay, but here's the poem. A hood nigga's dissertation on colorism. Fuck your nuance. Some of y'all light-skinned niggas get on my goddamn nerves. There's something about constantly needing validation from blackness while simultaneously distancing yourself from everything that reminds you of it that screams, bitch, you can't actually sit with us. Like, it's hard to be seen with these Martin Luther King, Talcum X, Rachel Dolezal ass bitches are taking up all the space, absorbing all the light, speaking with my voice while I disappear into the background of my own oppression, and you complain that you can't say nigga without your grandmother's racism threatening to crawl from your throat, while I don't know, an actual nigga? I'm too busy dying on your mismatched tongue, and if Jesus is in fact a black man, he must be a light-skinned nigga too. Cause that's just like y'all. To be instrument and evidence of death and still be praised. Still be worn around a white man's neck, a symbol of peace or diversity. We niggas, we the first ones to pray for you, but the last ones to be in your prayers. You say, God bless the white man. God bless the wolf. God bless the sheep's clothing, but never the niggas, never the herd, never the skin you strip bare off our bones just to prove that you belong here. You got the acting skills of a middle school play. You shuck and jive and then call it code switching. You fuck a white man and say hashtag goals, hashtag post-racial America, hashtag I am the poster child for what we all expect niggas to be, and it must be so nice. To look so much like the oppressor, you forget about the noose waiting for you around the corner. You ungrateful house niggas. You forget the fields that birthed you. Forget the master still make you sleep in the barn when you done riding his dick like that. Still growl a hard R through his teeth just to taste your blood between them. You forget your grandparents were on two different ends of the fire hose. Two different sides of the sit-in. Sides of a history you claim to know so well. So you flip-flop motherfuckers. You unreliable assholes. You swirly chisholm ass motherfuckers. Do you know how quickly they will come for you? How they will sell a black body just to make a fast dollar. Whiteness is taken just as easy as it's given, just as easy as you pass out black cards. Let your white friends say nigga. Allow them access to a violence they already know so well. Violence that fits perfectly within the palms of their hands. So when they come for us with their rope and their fire and their metal and our bones, when they chant our names like a death song in the streets, when the ground opens up to swallow us real niggas whole, they will come for your blood next. But when you call to us for help, we will remember exactly where you stood before the ashes fell. We will remind you where you were when we needed you the most. Thank you.
Give it up for Reggie, everybody! Gang, 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 gang.
Before we move any further with the night, we still have, actually the list got a lot bigger since the show started. I was kind of like, hey, why not? We can add you onto the list. So we have 3 more poets on the list. So the rest of the order of the list goes as this: Adam, Damani, Gracia, Julia, Lisa, Nicole Tracy, and Jackson. And that's where we're cutting off the show at, y'all. I'm not doing any more of this shit. It's great. I love it, but I also want to get some sleep. Allergy season is a horrible thing to happen to somebody. But I have some Benadryl and Hennessy, so I'll be fine. Anyway, that being said, also, can anyone tell me what this is? It's an empty glass jar, right? Yeah, so I thought that it'd be really great if, like, this thing went around and, like, we dropped, like, $1 or $2 like that. Because we're at the Allen Blueford Center. Actually, best friend, turn this music down right quick. I think this is very, very important. Hi, everybody. I forgot to mention this earlier in the show. We are at the Allen Blueford Center for Justice. Anyone who Allen Blueford is, perchance. There are a handful of people in this space who do. So Allen Blueford was another young black man who was murdered back in 2014. 2012. Sorry, trial went on in 2014. That's what I was thinking about. My bad. 2012. And the center was erected to, like, help find justice, give services to, like, support the black community, non-POC community, who had also, like, are at the hand of, like, police violence and police brutality. So any donations or money you do go into this goes into helping us stay here at this place. We don't actually pay to be here. It's free. But we use this money to, like, throw it to Molly, who's actually the director of the center, and everything. So if y'all believe in the mission of this space, what we're doing here in the show, everything you've enjoyed so far, if you believe in, like, the ending of, like, police brutality, and like, if you're a decent person, please throw some money in here. We would really, really, really appreciate that. $1, $2, Bitcoins, Oh, that's great. That's really great, because we accept weed too. No, I'm kidding. No, not really. We do, but that's not what I was trying to say. That's not what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say is that we also have a Venmo. Venmo is our Rich Oak Slam. So if you want to throw any money over there, we will make sure that that money gets thrown to Molly. And also, what?
What if I want to support the Allen Blueford Center and Rich Oak events on a long-term monthly basis?
On a long-term monthly basis. Oh, wow. Yeah. I think. like a Patreon. Yeah, I think it's that one right there. Patreon.com/Rich Oak Events. Yeah. So if y'all want to like throw some money over there, really, really great. We are a some nonprofit title that 501c3 nonprofit that basically, if you can write this off on your taxes. So who doesn't want to say, hey, fuck the government, pay me for paying other people for art? March is coming up. I am just saying. Exactly. That being said, if you want to do that, throw some money in here. Hit up Venmo, Rich Oak Slam, or hit up our Patreon, patreon.com/Rich Oak Events. If you have any questions, Prophet, who took your money earlier today, also has the whiteboard on there. So I'm going to pass this around, Chardonnay, and it's going to snake around. Feel free to drop whatever you want. Alrighty. Yeah, one more time. Woo! There it is. Yeah. Everybody give it for Prophet, y'all. He's doing great.
That's the rain girl in Oakland right there.
I love it. Anyway, we're gonna move on with the show. In transition, we have Gracia. Crowning, we have Damani. Everybody, please put your hands together for Adam. Wait, my head is that way.
Boop. What's up? I'm gonna do something different. Yeah. So it's Black History Month. One thing that gets on my nerves about how Black history is presented is that it acts like we don't have any history before slavery, and I want to say, fuck that. This is an example of Black history before slavery, because we came from Africa, we were brought here and we speak English, but we're African, like our culture's African, a lot of our rhythms African. Even in Cuba, throughout Latin America, a lot of the Latin rhythms African, they're not Spanish. So this is a djembe. So the word djembe means to gather everyone together in peace. The language is Bambara from Mali. How many of you guys have heard the term Sankofa? You know what it means? So Sankofa means, from the Akan people of Ghana, it means to go back and fetch. It's like go back and fetch old traditions and bring them forward. So this is Black History Month, so for me, playing this drum is a way to live up to that principle of Sankofa. Because again, even though we speak European languages like English, Spanish, people forget Spanish is a European language too. Portuguese, French, I think it's really important to remember those traditions because, look, without African music, there'd be no jazz, there'd be no blues, there'd be no rap. You know, there'd be no. I mean, rock is basically a loud version of blues. But this, yeah, it really is. It's just. And I play in a rock band, so I know for trust me. Like, I mean, a lot of Latin music, deeply African. Even the dance that Shakira was doing, it's African. Look up Congolese dancing and the kind of dance that she was do, same thing. So, in honor of Black History Month, I like to kind of improvise and play traditional African rhythms, but I'm gonna do something that's more traditional, just in honor of Black History Month. Because again, we have a history before slavery and despite slavery. Our history's not just getting our asses kicked. We have a proud culture and a proud history that I'm really proud of, that I want to pass down and preserve. So this rhythm's called Fonga. It's from Liberia, and I'm not gonna chant, but there's lyrics that go with it. And the lyrics are in Yoruba, people from Nigeria, yeah. So the lyrics are Fanga Alafia Ashe Ashe, which kind of roughly translates to, we welcome you, and Ashe is like kind of like amen, basically. So it's a kind of welcoming sort of dance. So again, like, you know, it's a large crowd, it's Black History Month, I want to play something that's like the one that I also like to play this rhythm a lot. It's super fun, a lot of people play it. So anyway, this one's called Fanga, and I'm going to improvise a little bit with it as well.
Give it up for the poet. 1 second. I can figure this out. Ha! Told you I'm straight. Kidding. There we go. Awesome. Alrighty, y'all. We're winding down. We're more than halfway through the rest of the list. Crown in transition. Oh, I trashed it off again. I'm so sorry, Arvin. In transition, we have Julia. Crowning is Gracia, but being born on this stage right now. Everybody, please put your hands together for Demani!
Thank you. Thank you. That's the most important thing. So this is new. Word. Yeah. So for some reason, I started thinking about the relationship between like science fiction, immigration, and Black people. So yeah, that's this. Yeah. So yeah, the working title for this is just sci-fi. 1818, Mary Shelley writes Frankenstein and becomes the unofficial creator of science fiction. 1928, H.P. Lovecraft creates Cthulhu, a dark sea creature with tentacles that roams the sea. And immediately after, we find his poem titled On the Creation of Niggers. Black poet, sci-fi lover, nerd revisits the history of science fiction, and I'm trying to say the sci-fi genre took what already existed and made it fiction. 17th century existed before all of this. We didn't need monsters. All the things to fear were hiding around cotton fields. What was a plantation but a field of study anyway? Cthulhu, Frankenstein, Medusa, all just a misunderstanding of how we move. Black people now call dirty, dangerous, devious, all signs of beasts. And what do we make of this myth? Sci-fi's plaything turned legal definition, gatekeeping, asylum. Alien wasn't the first word invented that was met with quarantine. The genre, sci-fi, is the only place people get blacks. Slavery. So when you take the word alien out of its context, you re-alienate. You just abducted definition and left a shell of its former self. Abduction is abolition's final straw. Absolutely. Abolish every aborted pronunciation. You say alien, we hear another synonym for an unwarranted fire hose. We see plantation like deserts, scars on the back like a crop circle. Every sci-fi director's wet dream. I asked Google to use immigrant in a sentence. They found it difficult to expel illegal immigrants. In the biological sense, immigrant means an animal or plant living or growing in a region to which it has migrated. This implies choice, a physical movement of one's own will. If a gun fires a bullet, that too is immigration. When we gasp, the air that leaves is also a part of migration. Blood tracked through a city is migrating too. None of this is by choice. Black people must always be migrating if this is true. Taken from one continent to another, ran from the plantation, ran through tunnels, ran from the south, ran to New Orleans, Atlanta, Florida, Cali, whatever Mecca was left for safe haven. Blacks have been immigrants 4 times over. How else do we describe fleeing slavery and finding home in the Fillmore during World War II internment? Oh, to find salvation in someone else's violence. What's the word for being priced out of someone's leftovers? They taxed us out of a promise and gave us a plot of land called a prison. Said, move here, rent free. Even in fiction, we gotta be martyrs for something greater to happen. We've already seen slaves selling their likeness to buy their freedom. Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben. So what of this? Identity theft in the extraterrestrial sense. Let's just take who you are and make you someone else. 3/5 a man, now Frankenstein. Half human, half scientist plaything. Medusa, a woman with snake-like hair. No, a black woman with hair that stood by itself, who was alive before European beauty standards outstretched their sickly hands. Cthulhu, every soul that jumped off the slave ship gathered into one being. A white nightmare? Yes. The word for always being in motion is transient, like transition, like keep moving. You'll find somewhere safe soon.
Everybody give it up for Damani! Ow! Ow!
Jesus Christ. I don't know why I'm bringing him into the name. Jesus Latrell Christ. What the hell? Wow. Hey, Damani, I have a question for you. Hey, don't you have like some shows coming up? Where can I see more work for you? I think, don't we have a show for you on Tuesday at Luca's Tap Room at the Oakland Poetry Slam? You're featuring, right? You're like gonna be there. You have like a 15 to 20 minute set. You're selling books. You're like black and Oakland and queer and like all these things above. And we need to support your art, right? Right. All that. Oh my God. Super excited. So if anyone wants to catch that show, see more of Damani's great work, go see us at Oakland Slam at Luca's Tap Room over there at West and Broadway. Yes, right over there. It's gonna be a really good time. They have burgers half off. Trust me. Dang, it's a really good reason to go. And their bar lit as shit. Anyway, I'm ranting. But moving forward, we have in transition, we have Lisa. Crowning is Julia. But being born on this stage, on everybody, please put your hands together for Gracia! Ow, 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 ow.
Hi. Possibly. I like how like as a poet I'm like I'm just gonna come and watch and then like I get roped into reading. So that's what happened. It's okay. You're very convincing. Extremely convincing. I read a version of this before, but this poem came from just trying to understand like the complexities of like neo-colonialism and how like now before it's easier to be like, okay, the white man, but like now it's harder to like call out other POC on their shit that they're doing. It's hard because like everybody's been oppressed. Anyway, this poem is like an attempt at like trying to deal with that. Okay. My people have always felt closer to the soil, so when I imagine myself sitting atop Lubumbashi's tallest skyscraper, it's only because when they came for me, I promised myself I've had the high ground. When they came for me like 1904 Belgian soldiers more triggered than eyes, I promised myself I'd survive for the ones who didn't. So when I first encountered the man, I am poised for the snipe. The man makes local news. The small, insignificant, imperfect imitation of a small god cries. He lost his shop to arson by the locals, begs for sympathy. But my fingers stay aimed. Where was the sympathy during the genocide days? Next time I encounter the man, I say meet me in the parking lot. Drag blade nails through an 8-hour time zone and a television to drag his ass outside the Taco Bell parking lot. And the man cries, says he can't leave his son and daughter. And I say my mom also had a son and daughter. Man says sorry. He isn't here to colonize. I say colonialism has already graduated from divide and conquer to suffocation by occupation, meaning the foreigners may not steal or kill, but they rent and buy, till Kinshasa doesn't smell like me anymore, till the soil is only good for burials. The man says it wasn't him. I say, show me your hand. And his hand isn't white. His hand is brown. Maybe 3 shades lighter than my own, and the man says he's a bottom feeder. He just wants a place to work so he can feed his son, his daughter. He can't leave now. He's already carved himself a seat atop Lubumbashi's tallest skyscraper, and I want to say, that's cool, but that seat you have, bloodied and all, that seat used to be mine.
Give it up for Gracia, everybody! Ow! Jesus. I fucking miss you and your poetry. It's so great every time you read, Gracia. Like, thank you so much for coming. Yeah, everyone's co-signing that shit right now. That's kind of what we were like, pressured you, aka gaslit you, aka like all that good stuff. Tradition is just ancestral gaslighting. Quote tweet me, Gathering Copal. Find me. Anyway, and also that's my Instagram handle if you want to find me too. I think I'm cute, but I don't take that many selfies. So that being said, in transition, we have Nicole Tracy. Crowning is Lisa, but being born on this stage, right? Everybody, please put your hands together for Julia. Oh!
Hey y'all. This is my first time here. This is such a beautiful space. I have been to the Starry Plough, but other than that, I haven't read in about 3 years, so I'm still getting back into it. But my poetry community, which is North Carolina originally, we do this thing where if you forget the words to a poem, which I might, even though I'm reading them in front of my face, we do this thing with our hands where we do this, which is creating friction, which is creating heat, which is creating energy, if I remember science, which you send to the poet to like help them. So if y'all want to do that for me, if I mess up, feel free. If you don't, that's cool too. But if you see me rubbing my hands weirdly while other people are up here, that's why. So I'm gonna do, I think, 2 real quick tonight. I didn't even know it was Valentine's Day themed, but it works because I was totally gonna read love-ish poems anyway. I have this bad habit. Yeah, it is gay shit. But I have this bad habit of falling in love with and or just sleeping with my friends. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So I'm so sorry. So I consider these 2 pieces together kind of like an evolution. Like I haven't stopped doing it, but I'm getting better and more honest about it. So this poem is called Car Crash. Driving home 2 weeks later, I take the long route because it has no left turns. Or I should say it has no left turns without traffic lights. And yesterday it took me 20 minutes to turn out of my street and across 2 lanes of traffic because I didn't trust the stop sign to be enough protection for me. During an accident, everything slows down. I saw the car coming before we collided, so sure it could see me too, so sure it would stop. The impact is an involuntary shiver. I can't believe it really happened. But I remember the screaming, grabbing the wheel and still moving, my foot still glued to the gas, and I remember remembering the brake. And when I was finally still, the metal being so close to the raggedy breath of my rib cage, it almost tickled. The airbag, a pink curtain across what used to be the window. The fresh cup of tea, lid missing, still steaming in the cup holder. You, trying to hold me like I wasn't something broken and me in too much pain to let you get away with it. My mother says that car accidents have a certain smell. That now that I've been in one, if I ever smell that smell again, I'll know what it is. I guess she's been in enough to have a good nose for it. My brother has never been in a car accident. I am grateful for this. My brother doesn't know the way that metal groans when it's giving up on you. My brother more than likes a girl. He tells me her name. All I hear is faulty brake line, run red light, crunch, tinkle, scream, and a future fear of left turns. Everything slows down during an accident. I saw this coming before we collided. So sure you could see it too. So sure we would stop it. Our impact, an involuntary shiver. I can't believe it really happened. But I remember the moaning, grasping hands and still moving, your eyes still glued on my face. I remember remembering the quakes. And when I was finally still, your mouth, so close to the raggedy breath of my rib cage, it almost tickled. The sheets curtained across what used to be a naked secret. The perforated wrapper, contents still missing, still steaming on the mattress. My mother says that accidents have a certain smell. And after I make a left turn and my heart and my breath catch up with each other again, my car has a strange habit of smelling like you. And then this is brand new. I actually wrote it after the writing workshop at Starry Plow that happened. Yeah, new shit. This is for someone that is in my graduate program that I'm like trying real hard not to fall in love with because it would be really awkward. So, right? On so many levels. Okay. I whisper my love to a fallen petal, pressed momentarily to lips before set adrifting in the calm pond water. The soft wind and sunlight slant of dusking, and watch it move peacefully away from me. I like to think it will find you, that tucked somewhere around a mossy bend like this one, your heart too waits. You are the 4 p.m. forest I want to plant in my living room. I swear you have a look just for me that makes me feel exactly the way sunlight looks delicately dappled through stained glass chloroplasts. The leaves of you, I just want to run my fingers through. I am trying to see your eyes as something other than spring water, eddying around my entire being, stuck on me somehow. They make room, they reflect. Sometimes they look just like me. If I were a wooded path, a secret stream, is this what I would look like, feel like? I want to feel you, not just for skin or wet or want, but like a blanket, sweater, soft pillow, like the pull to not just hear a heartbeat, but feel the way a body vibrates around it. I want to hold the way your body vibrates around you in my arms. But that is selfish. Selfish to love you as you are and yet want to have you. I love you for how you are in the world. I could never presume to replace the world with me.
Everybody give it up for Julia!
Why do relationships have to be so damn hard? Ah, I love this song. Everybody give it up for Ari Lennox and Shea Butter Baby. That was a great album. Shea Butter Baby was my shit. Still is, actually. Still being played. Right, Tracy? We listened to that on a car trip to Stockton the other day. This is great. But we're down to our last 3 poets of the show. So that means let's keep showing some love. Y'all have been doing great so far. Thank y'all so much for being here. I was going to plug something else before. If y'all are interested in more poetry shows in the Bay Area, I organized a bunch of other shows. Oakland, I mentioned, Damani is going to be there Tuesday. Every third Tuesday at Luca's is the Oakland Poetry Slam. Come check us out. The Berkeley Poetry Slam takes place every Wednesday at the Starry Plow. That is off Shattuck and Prince, I think. If y'all go check it out, Google it. We're really great. We happen there every week. So if you're like, I'm trying to look for a consistent show to see every week, that just might be the spot for you. And Word Church in Santa Cruz. It's getting somewhat warmer. I think it's the weather's just lying to us. But if you ever find yourself in Santa Cruz on a Monday and you're like, hey, I really want to go see a really great open mic in Santa Cruz. Well, guess what? You're in luck. At the Veterans Hall, the Santa Cruz Word Church hosts a workshop before, and then they have a show that starts at 6. Go check it out. They usually have an amazing feature. They're my really, really good friends. And part of the Bay Area scene. And then lastly, San Jose, every second Sunday of the month at the Caravan Lounge. I finally got all that correctly. Scorpiano, if you're watching this, you should be proud of me. That being said, those are all the shows. Someone pressed their life alert button, I think. Sorry. I shouldn't be making fun of a tragedy like that. I'm a horrible person. I need my Benadryl now. Okay, anyway, that being said, in transition is Jackson. Crowning is Nicole Tracy. Everybody, please put your hands together for Lisa! Oh!
Wow, it feels so nice to have people yell for you like that. So I am a straight white girl. And I'm probably older than a lot of people in this room. And so maybe it's like, what am I even doing here right now? I'm not from here. I sought. Thank you. I work with words. I sought out this place because to me poetry is lifeblood. And so we are the day after Valentine's Day, and there was the comment made earlier that the toilet doesn't flush. That's why I have to pee, actually. The toilet doesn't flush, and it reminded me of my ex. It's like when it's time for it to go, just like sticks around. And so I actually I sent this ex a poem yesterday morning. He actually, I got a very nice message in response. I did. Doesn't make up for the situation though. What's that? Right. So you also said that you have to hold the flusher down for a long time. This this poem is called 7 Years. Yeah. Yes. It's a long time. So it's not my most beautiful poem, but it's current and it's real for me, and I teach youth poetry, and I always ask them to bring something that's alive for them. So I'm going to give myself a taste of my own bitter medicine from this. So 7 years ago, we broke it off. I attempted to joke it off. This most certainly won't last. I belong frolicking in the fields of his future, not crammed in with the ghost of his past. You said that you had no choice but leaving. 7 years of lingering around my doorway, and I stopped believing that you'd let yourself let me let you go. That you'd end up refusing the gifts that diving in would bestow. So intimately do I know the lethal quality of unmanifest potential. And yet, to the same degree does it show that to live for what is over what could be is essential. Some words are fists without meaning to be. Sometimes quickly checking messenger is a mild catastrophe. I'm seeing someone, he writes, feigning casualty. We've both seen people before, it just hit this time somehow. Knowing that with a few short words, that space between our eyes becomes the next casualty. Liminal fallacy, a criminal travesty, when that space wherein every rhythm in heaven and on earth is possible, where all manner of magic is plausible, when inside that cycling one, intact, perpetual, divisible only in ways that we choose, that our love of odd time wouldn't leave room for us, the one, rather, to be made up of us, twos. In that space between our eyes, I dared to see unborn children during these last of my childbearing years. When I lean in to face that space, I am not the one who steers. You, my twin flame, we some kind of insane, crazy love, codependency, whatever this is, it's bigger than you, it's bigger than me. What do I know? What can I say? All I know is that I'd love for you to stay. I respect you if you go. I expect a miracle. My search for it is lyrical. The evidence empirical that cells, planets, and this life are spherical. And I too might eventually come round. Right now, this is the sound of 7 quivering years that hit the ground, drowned by seasons of heavy seas before you. This is not the current version, whatever. Before you, before your subtext, before our broken dreams and volcanic sex, I bow. If this is now, it's because we're ready somehow. If unsteady, I accept and allow. A couple weeks ago, I gave you energetic support to go ahead and do this, because if we're not going to go ahead and do us, then it's high time we outgrew this. To your message, all I replied was, that makes me hungry for chocolate as a surrogate form of love, but good for you. What I meant was, everything I've written above, that plus elephant shoe. You know elephant shoe? I should have explained that before. Elephant shoe. If you say elephant shoe, what does it look like? Yeah. So that's that.
Give it up for Lisa, everybody! I'm sorry, that burrito is smacking. In transition is the Benadryl I will be taking for my allergies. And the Hennessy I'll be sipping with it. Crowning is Jackson. But being born on this stage right now, everybody please put your hands Give it, Tracy. Ow! 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 Alrighty, y'all. In transition is potentially y'all helping us help stack up the chairs, hanging out for a little bit, enjoying the music that our DJ Patrenacy has to offer us. Also, oh wait, before I could do that, sorry, step back. Poets and performers, if you perform tonight, I fucked up. I was using the sign-up list to strike your names out through the entirety thing, which invalidates this whole sign-up sheet list. So I rewrote your guys' names on another sign-up list. Just feel free to sign off on yourself here. This is just like for us to make sure y'all aren't suing us for using your likeliness, putting your content up on Facebook and all that stuff and whatnot. We don't, like, means to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Embezzle you? Embezzle? That's probably... At one of those things, but basically, like, look, we're a collective of people of color, and putting together content for the internet. We love your support, we love your content, but please just don't sue us. And if you don't want us to redistribute your thing, that's fine too. But please make sure to sign this off. It's gonna be on that table over there with one of my nice fountain pens. I want it back, like the pink shirt you never gave me back. That was a Mean Girls reference, and I'm so sad no one else got that. Or maybe y'all just, maybe you're. So should I quote Scary Movie, like all of Brenda's lines? The first. Yeah, actually, before they killed off Brenda and brought her back for the next one. I don't know. Anyway, I am ranting. Yeah, so in transition is y'all potentially helping us stack the chairs. Crowning is the Benadryl and the rest of this Hennessy that I will chug. And then being born on this stage right now, everybody please put together for the last performer of the night, Jackson!
Ooh. Okay, so real talk for a second. How do I fight depression? With capitalism. Disposable income is my cure for my depression, because that's what, like, that's how I'm out here, because money makes the world go round. That's facts. So, how am I going to make sure that I'm around people I fuck with more? Have disposable income. How do I get that? By making weed treats. Now, said weed treats have about $10, or they're for $10. They have about $20 worth of fucked up in them. I'm not lying when I say I was too fucked up to walk, but I'm also not lying when I say I fell the fuck asleep. I was quite pleasantly fucked up. Also, got a really intense orgasm, and I was like, yo, I think that was my best orgasm all week, which is really saying something. So, just the facts. Just gonna... Anyway, poem, right. I had things to say other than capitalism shits. All right. So, I had a dream I was going down on Wonder Woman on the hills of Themyscira. And right as she came, I woke up. And I was lightweight pissed, because that's the best part. That's the climactic ending. You want to stick around for that afterglow. And I couldn't fall back asleep, because my ass was like, wait, did I just go down on Gal Gadot or Wonder Woman? I have to know. I cannot fall asleep before I know. And I thought about it. I racked my brain for fucking 15 straight minutes in the dark of my room trying to figure out who I just went down on. And like you've never been there, let's be real. But now I figured it out. It had to be Gal Gadot, because if I had gone down on Wonder Woman, her thighs would have crushed my puny human head. Like, what a way to go, though. # hero's death. And I was like, yo, that's a pretty dope-ass dream. And then more recently, I had a dream I was going down on fucking Tinkerbell. Like, not like a Lickamade, like she was full size, like we were the same size. Like, that'd be weird, just like, no? Like, no, that'd be bad. So I'm going down on Tinkerbell, and I'm like, yo, would we be able to fly? Like, this is a happy memory. But I was like, no. I mean, cunnilingus is great, but you need like a childhood happiness memory to be able to fly with the fairy dust. And I thought about it. I was like, what's your happiest memory that doesn't involve pussy? I was like, No, let me think about that because I'm stuck. But, okay, yeah. The first time I went crowd surfing in my wheelchair. Have you guys seen a cripple in a mosh pit? It's as magical as it sounds. Something about me barreling right at you as hard as I fucking can is intimidating as fuck. People get the fuck out of my way. And I'm pitting as hard as I goddamn can. And these two motherfuckers lift me up in my chair. I am crowd surfing for the first time in my life, like a chariot on goddamn fire, being passed by my brethren through the flames of goddamn Olympus. And you can't tell me this isn't fucking dope as shit. And I get closer and closer to the goddamn bouncer, and they're freaking out because this has not happened to them before. This is what you call a new experience for them. And I'm like, oh fuck, are they gonna drop me? Are they gonna drop me? And right as they catch my chair, I fly right out of my goddamn wheelchair and I'm flying. Fucking circle back. Tinkerbell, yes. Also, what kind of sex positions could you have if you could both fly? Like, I'm just saying, like, I want to be in the first zero gravity porn. Like, I do. Like, that's a life goal. Also, I told my friend I wanted to be a comic. She's like, how are you going to make that money? Told her I want to be a poet. She's like, how are you going to make that money? I told her I want to do porn. She's like, oh yeah, you should do that though. And I was like, okay, like wheelchair fetish porn is definitely a thing. What would my porn handle be? I mean, porn handle is a dick. Anyway, but what would my nom de plume be? And I was like, oh, William Chariot. Okay, Willie Chair. All right, I'm just a dick on wheels. It's fine. The first time I had sex in my wheelchair, I dated this gothic model who had a fetish for guys in wheelchairs. I was like, oh, this is like quid pro quo. I fetishize you, you fetishize me, we all get orgasms. And so after we have sex in my bed, she's like, hey, can we have sex in your wheelchair? Yes, we can. So we go out to the backyard where my chair is parked, and we had run out of condoms because marathons. And she's naked in my wheelchair, and I'm like, no, stay there. And I walk to the liquor store to buy condoms. Now, when I say walk, I mean walk. That's how much I like pussy. Like, I'm like, no, you stay. You just keep being your beautiful self. I'll walk to the goddamn store. It's fine. Don't even worry. And if you ever get a wheelchair, you need a bike lock. Because sometimes a woman lives on the second floor, and they need good dick too. This is just the facts. You need to know. Also, if you'd like to see more of me, buy some drugs. Hey, Jackson, life is too long to be sober the whole time, and I don't have cash. Well, I have Venmo. So talk to me after the show. Thank you. I'm Jackson McBrayer.
Everybody, let's take a deep breath in right quick. Hold on. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. Exhale. One more time. Breathe in. And exhale. And give yourself a round of applause because that was a fucking show. Oh my God. Ow! Give it up for all the poets. Give it up for your DJ. Give it up for the live stream team. Give it up for Prophet. Give it up for the crew. That's been the show. This is a spiel where I say you don't have to go home. But if you do want to stay, can you please help us stack chairs? That'd be really great. Feel free to use the restroom. DJ Perchency has more tune for us. There is a liquor store and a taqueria across the street if anyone is still hungry and trying to get yourself fed. Be honest with yourself. You need to eat. Maybe you want to drink too. I'm just saying. Anyway, that being said, my name is Tino. Our next show is going to be when? Sweetie, mi amor. When? No, our next show is going to be at Oakland Poetry Slam on Tuesday for Damani's feature. But, babe, when is the first Saturday of March? What day is it? March 7th, really? Ay. March 7th will be our first show again for Rich Oak. It's the first Saturday of the month. Stay tuned. We have is Ashia performing that week, or is that the babe? Mi amor, game face. I'm talking to you. I'm sorry for interrupting your black ass moment during Black Ass History Month. I really am. I know, right? Oh my God. Not the babe. When is the Shia featuring? First Saturday, second, third Saturday. Yeah, we have an amazing lineup of features coming through. Please follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram, Alchemy. Stay plugged in with us. My name has been Tino. Y'all have been amazing. Everybody have a great month. Yeah. Happy Black History Month. Once again, thank y'all so much. Woo!